Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. It is Tuesday, so that means another snapshot has released. But this isn't a snapshot. We are now in pre-releases for 1.21.9, also known as the Copper Age update. Now, just a quick reminder of pre-releases for anyone who is new to this system or don't know what it means. Pre-releases basically mean there will be no new features within the updates now, it will just be changes and bug fixes. And by no new features, I mean things like items, blocks, there could still be some new technical changes and things like that, but we won't see any major changes to gameplay. Pre-releases are just so Minecraft can polish off what they have. One other thing to note, they don't release on Tuesdays. Going forward, pre-releases can release any day of the week, and there can also be more than one per week if Minecraft feel the need to. I will try my best to cover them as they release, but it depends on how big they are, because pre-releases normally only contain a few small changes. And this one does exactly that. But before we jump to what has changed in this pre-release, let's quickly talk about Minecraft Live. Minecraft Live has been announced for anyone who missed it. It was announced last week, I believe. And Minecraft Live takes place on September the 27th. So it's about a week and a half away. Now in Minecraft Live, they will announce possibly the release date for 1.21.9. They also confirmed that they will announce at least one new game drop, which will probably be the winter one. There are also rumours due to wordings and translations that they will announce another one, which if they do, that is a bonus. Now I will have an image on screen of the time zones for the Minecraft Live for some of the time zones Minecraft have posted about. All you need to do is go to Google and search up what is and then one of the time zones in my time zone. So for example, Minecraft Live will be at 6 PM BST for people in the UK. Then you Google what is 6 PM BST in my time zone. But one thing to note, when you do this, if you have a VPN enabled, make sure you disable it. Otherwise, it will tell you the location of where your VPN is. Now, there is only one change listed. There are also some bug fixes, which I will cover as well. But this is the change. Copper Golems now only tries to open chests that are neighboring blocks when it's a passenger. I'm not too sure what this means. I'm guessing if the Copper Golem was riding a pig or something like that, it could open chests that maybe it shouldn't be able to reach. There was also a bug where Copper Golems would pathfind to chests incorrectly. Once again, I don't know how this would be a bug, but it said they would just pathfind to chests incorrectly, and this is now fixed. Quickly jump into the final changes with the Copper Golem. The Copper Golem wouldn't sort items if it was within a minecart. I'm not too sure if they've made it so it can now. Yes, there we go. You can see it can still open chests when it's in a minecart, and it will still be able to place the items within a chest. So let's quickly just showcase this. If I was to throw in this book and quill, we should see this Copper Golem will take it. And then if I was to now push it over to this chest, it should be able to open this chest and place it inside. Which it doesn't seem like it is going to. Maybe if I put that in there. Yes, there we go. Now it can. There was also a bug where Copper Golems couldn't open chests if there were certain blocks above them, even though the player can. This is things like leaves and glass. So for example, the Copper Golem wouldn't be able to open this chest, although I can. This is now fixed, and they'll be able to open them if the player can open them. And then there was one final bug fix with the Copper Golems, and this is the Copper Golem wouldn't check the chest properly. Once again, not too sure what this means, but they should now check the chest as much as they possibly can. So that's all the changes to the Copper Golems and bug fixes. This snapshot is mainly focused around the mannequins. Mannequins were added a few snapshots ago, and this is just an entity that you can have within your world. It doesn't do anything, it just stands there as basically like an NPC. But Minecraft have made it so you can customize these a lot more within this update. You can give them things like poses now. Let's quickly see if I can do this very easily. I forgot the names of the poses, so let me quickly just have a look at this. We have crouching, so let's quickly just modify this to be crouching, and I'm hoping this works. Yes, there we go. So you can now see this NPC is crouching. It will not uncrouch, it will stay crouched until you obviously change the pose again. But we can do quite a few things. So I think one of the poses is swimming. Now you need to make sure you spell them correctly, otherwise it won't work. So you can now see the NPC is swimming, and I'm pretty sure one of them is sleeping. Yes, there we go. So you can now see the NPC is sleeping. And then the final pose, which I haven't covered and I will quickly just cover, is full flying. And that one, once again, I think is just using the swimming pose. So this is even better because you can now customize them to fit within what you want. For example, this one is now just going to stay crouching. There are also some other values that you can customize. For example, immovable. This is a true or false, and if this is set to true, the mob will not be able to be pushed, like you can see right here. Once again, making sure you spell it exactly like you can see. So it's IMMOVABLE with no caps. And then we want to set this value to true, or you can also set it to 1. And you can see now I cannot push it, although I could before. So this just means that you can stop players from being able to push them. Now, one thing, they don't take knockback either. So as you can see, I'm punching this one, and it is not taking knockback. But if I was to quickly just summon another one and punch this one, you can see it takes knockback. Then there are 2 more values that you can customize. It's description, and that is what shows under the name. So if the name tag is visible, you will be able to see a little like subtext, which normally it displays NPC. Well, you can now change that text to whatever you want it to be. Now, we'll come back to mannequins in a second. Let's quickly just talk about some changes to some commands. /set world spawn is no longer limited to the overworld, so you can now set your world spawn inside of the nether or the end if that is something you want to do. For you to do this, you have to be within the dimension, and it will just set it at the coordinates you set. And now the spawn point command will take in a optional pitch value. So this is something that you can see right here, and it's optional, so you don't need to have it. Now, quickly jump into the patch notes. Minecraft have once again added some new server management protocol things right here. You can see it is just one change. And once again, they have made changes to the profile field again. This now uses the same field as profile component, which you can see a little bit more info right here. Then you can see down here there is more info about the profile. You can see profiles can now have additional fields that can replace various values. And this is the texture, the cape, the elytra, and the model, which obviously passes in wide or slim. And there are also some new loot functions, which we have a copy name, and this is a new source, which you can see right there, and it also is a copy components, which you can see copies the components right here. Now that is all the main features within this. Once again, it's very small, but that is expected because it's now pre-releases. Now let's cover some of the bug fixes. There was a bug where if a copper golem was to be struck by lightning, it wouldn't affect their oxidization stage. Yes, here we go. So we now have a fully oxidized copper golem right here. If I was to summon a lightning bolt, you can see the stage goes down by 1, and it does also panic. There was also a bug where copper chains and copper bars are not sorted correctly inside of the creative tabs. You can see this is now fixed, and they are sorted in the exact same places that the iron bars and iron chains are. And then there was also a bug where if you was to wax a copper chest, it would only show particles around the variant you are clicking on, not both of them, which obviously you are waxing both. And you can see this is now fixed. If we have a double chest and I click on one side, it plays particles around both of them. Now the final thing I want to mention, Minecraft have fixed a load of crashes. So the game crashes when flying mobs start pathfinding in debug mode. They've also fixed the crash where when placing iron bars next to stairs, when stairs are added to the hashtag bars tag. They've also fixed the crash when adding blocks to hashtag copper chests, then placing it next to an actual copper chest. They have also fixed the crash when adding blocks to lightning rods tag and summoning a lightning over it. And then finally, they've fixed the crash when adding blocks to the wooden shelves, placing it next to a wooden shelf, and then powering the shelf. But anyway, that is it for this video. Once again, the changes in this are not really worth mentioning, but I always cover everything that we possibly can. So if you enjoyed, do like and subscribe. I can't wait for Minecraft Live to see when this update releases. My guess is it's probably going to be very early October. And then I also can't wait to see what the next game drop is. But anyway, I'll see you guys in another one very soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.